hi! We're here with Theresa Cifali, and we are actually at Preserve It Frames. And Mom, it's time to pay attention.
Wait, almost.
She got all of them. So, anyways, what we're here to show you today is a 3D, fun, exciting way that you can frame up some of your favorite memories and, you know, holidays, birthdays, that sort of thing, and add a little bit of fun and games to it. So, Theresa, show us sort of how this idea came to life, and you know how we're gonna frame it all up. And oh, way to go!
Way to go! I'm just impressed that Anna got all of them in there. Well, it's really just a simple layout where we kind of decided to make a little game. You remember those games from when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Where you just kind of rolled around and the little balls went into the holes. So we decided to make that with our picture.
Very cool.
So, and it's very simple. It's an 8x8 layout. So.
And Theresa, I see you put little feet on it so you can put it like on a coffee table.
Right.
Instead of hanging it.
Exactly. You don't want to hang that and then have people taking it on and off the wall. So, and it's a conversation piece as well.
It's a great conversation piece.
So it's just a really simple layout. So you've got your layout, you're going to take your base piece over here and you're going to give it a little tear. And then you're going to tear the second one a little smaller.
Okay.
And you're going to layer them. So you've got this, and then those are going to get layered.
Okay.
Directly right on top of here.
Okay.
And then I cut out just a mat, so I've got those primary colors working. Stick right on top of there.
And the mat's just a little bit bigger than your photo.
The mat is bigger than the photo.
4x6 photo?
4x6 photo, and the mat's 4.5 by 6.5. And then I've got it all put together over here for you. So the next step for us is going to be the picture. And this is fun because
this is the magic.
This is the magic. And I'm just going to hold it up here on this yellow piece. You can see I've got two photos. I've got one photo that is completely solid over here. It's a totally normal photo,
so
just like I have.
Two pictures to do this project.
Two pictures. And then this one you can see has some holes in it, and those are 1/8 of an inch holes. And you can use an 1/8 inch hole punch. I'm actually going to use a Japanese screw punch because I think it's a lot easier to get to the inside. And I'm just going to put one little hole in here and give it a twist.
I have never seen one of those before.
It's a cool tool. And so you've got all your holes right in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to kind of tape this down quickly.
So you're taping the solid picture down first?
Right. First I'm going to take my solid picture. And you can see when you put it right down on here, you know, you want to get that centered.
Perfect.
And you can see there are no holes. You just see your picture. And the reason why we do that is so that you can see your picture, the picture pops up right through the holes, so it doesn't look like you've got little holes in the center of your picture.
You know, Theresa, before you go on, what I'm noticing too is it looks like the Japanese screw punch actually indents it a little bit, where maybe if you use a straight-on hole punch may not give it that indent that you're going to need for the beads to roll.
Well, yes, that's a good point that you bring up. You know, when you're using a hole punch, it's punching from the top and the bottom, where this is just punching from the top.
So it's kind of almost putting the little groove for that bead to roll into.
Right. It does make it a little easier if you can see from the back. If you run your finger over it, it's raised.
Yeah, I see it.
So we're just going to kind of give this a little tape. Of course, you do not want to tape over the holes.
I was just going to say, you definitely want to go
Because I would tape over the hole, which would then be rigging the game, which actually might be a good idea. Because then you can get the beads to stick.
Stick right into the holes. And then all you want to do is you want to be really careful when you're placing this that it's lined up, and I think that's perfect.
Yeah, so you don't even know that the holes are there. Really,
no, you don't really notice them. You don't notice them at all.
That's
so
very cool.
Now comes the part where we need to, because we're going to be using BBs to go in here, so we need to contain that, and to achieve that goal, we're going to use foam.
Okay.
Foam core. So,
I love foam core. Oh
I know. So I cut a piece of foam core the same size as my photo, 4x6, and I don't know if you can see it in here, but I used a ruler, and I put about a 1/2 inch border around the edge. You're going to use a utility knife to cut that out so that you have this.
Very good.
And then the other trick, because, you know, it doesn't really look all that attractive to have a piece of black foam core sitting there, so we're going to use some of our printed paper to cover that up. And it can be really frustrating to try to match that so that it covers this perfectly. So my trick is, this is actually cut like 1/8 of an inch bigger than the foam. And I'm going to just center it really carefully. And I'm just going to use a pencil and go in here and just outline all the way around so that I have my pencil mark. And then just using scissors and an X-Acto knife and and a ruler, a metal edge
You're just
ruler.
cutting out the middle.
You're going to cut the middle out so you have
Yeah,
a nice, perfect rectangle that perfectly fits over your foam.
Yeah, that's a great tip, the way you just did a little bit bigger so it just overhangs slightly.
Right,
on
so you don't see, like when it's
Yeah.
from the side, you don't really notice the foam
Yeah,
as
you
much.
don't.
So now comes the fun part, you know, trying to get your paper, which of course is flimsy and it's going to fall over.
Yeah, I feel like this would take me forever.
To line up on here, there's a trick. You always kind of want to tape where it's smaller. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of tape on here. Not going to fuss too much with it. Put it right on the foam. And if you miss, you just kind of want to fold that right over. No problem.
So I totally would put it on the paper first.
See, the paper's cut a little bit bigger.
Yeah, that's a smarter way of doing it.
And this won't move. As you can see, this hangs perfectly straight. So what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to put the paper onto the foam, I'm going to take the stiff foam and put it right on to the paper. So I've got that on there, all nice and secure. It's perfect.
Beautiful.
Very cool.
And now I'm going to add a little bit more tape to here, like this. Back onto the foam.
The beads running away.
No, we don't want those beads going anywhere. We want them staying put. And now, of course, you want to pay attention if you're using printed cardstock that has a specific pattern.
So it's right side up.
So it's right side up. You want to really make sure that, you know, it's facing the right way. And you're going to stick that on. You might want to look over to the side. So it's beautiful, just like that.
Ew.
So, and then, you know, however you want to embellish it is yours. I just used some Jolie stickers because it's a birthday theme.
I'm obsessed with her, like this whole brand of.
Yes,
I
and now
love
they've
those
come out with
stickers.
all these resin type stickers.
The gel ones.
And they're beautiful over, if you can see, if you put them directly over a solid cardstock. But when you put them over a printed cardstock, it tends to get a little lost. So to kind of counteract that, I just backed it on some.
Oh, that's smart.
Oh, she backed it on some paper.
I backed it on some
Very
paper.
smart.
And then I'm just going to stick them down. That's all I'm going to do.
Great.
I like the happy from here. I took just the birthday, and I'm just going to really quickly.
Megan, you want to put the cake on?
Can I?
That would be wonderful. Can
Can
you
I
do it
put it
upside down?
anywhere
Or
I want?
I'll turn it around for you.
Can you put it up here, or is that in the way?
Let me,
Yeah, right there's good.
right there up in the corner.
And then you can put a little. You want to put little birthday hats up on the top, and put this in the middle, up here.
Can they put it on her head?
And the beads won't.
The beads won't go. Yeah, you don't
In the
really
middle,
want to
in the
put
middle.
anything over
There you
there.
go.
Get this going.
Why don't you do another
You
one?
guys are doing a great job, and I'm spelling birthday wrong. Do you see this?
Oh my gosh.
That's my job.
I know. I was like, gee, I know someone who spells everything wrong.
There
I
you
know
go.
quite a few people. You know, when you misspell things, it's a sign of genius. Did you know that?
Don't tell her that.
Oh, thank you, Theresa. I knew I liked you.
No problem. So now I've got my layout done, and
very
it's
cute.
really simple.
Very, very cute.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to take
I'll do it. I'll
my
do it.
frame. So here's the kit all together, just to show you. It's a natural wood frame.
So it is just natural wood, so you can paint it and or
Anything you want, you
to
can
it.
stain it. We've been having all sorts of fun playing around with that and doing different things with it. So I already have one here that I painted.
You
I'm
just
just
painted
going to
with plain old acrylic paint?
plain old acrylic paint and a foam brush. You can spray paint them if
Okay.
you don't like to. And I'm going to put that
Oh,
there.
hello, little friend.
Hello. So now I'm going to attach this. Now normally if I was going to attach it to the wall, I would only tape across the top. Because when it hangs, you want it to always lay flat. You don't want it to buckle. But because
good
this is
tip.
not meant to hang on the wall, I'm going to tape, just kind of tack it down on the other sides as well. And I'm going to center this. Now normally, I never measure. I'm an eyeballer.
Now, what are you putting it on? Does that come in the kit, the board? Or?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is map board.
Okay.
It's acid-free map board. And
that comes in the
acid-free
kit?
backing board comes in the kit.
Okay,
Didn't you
good,
look
good.
in the pre-assembled box?
Well, you know, I can't really see. It looks like the bottom of the box.
It does because it's white. So I'm going to center this, just eyeballing it. If you are very, very particular and you want to measure, feel free. And just press that
you
down.
have a good eye like I do, Theresa.
I was blessed by my father.
I clearly
honestly.
did not inherit that.
Well, yeah.
So now I'm just stacking. I have acid-free foam board. This is the backing board for the frame, and that sits on top of that. And then I have, and I bet you're probably wondering how I can fit all these raised embellishments underneath the plexiglass. And what this is, it is 1/4 of an inch deep. It's all the way around, so I can fit my raised embellishments under it. But what also is really neat about it is it has a UV coating on it, so this can sit out on my coffee table, and I don't have to worry about it fading.
Very good.
Absolutely.
But before you do that, you're missing a very important component.
What am I missing?
Hello.
Can you believe that? Now I'm mortified. So we can't be forgetting these things.
Now,
So
do you have to count for the amount of holes?
absolutely.
Unless you want to get really
You have
frustrated.
you have 6 holes. There'd be nothing worse in there. I see another hole. So I have 6 holes, so I'm going to put 6 beads in there. Isn't that fun?
No, they're just BBs, right?
BBs.
Okay.
You can get them at any sporting goods store, Walmart, Kmart. So I'm going to stick them in here. 1, 2. That's 4, 5, 6. Or is that 5? That's 5. We need 1 more. And this is why you don't want to close it up.
They do like to roll around.
They do, which is why you need that foam in there, because if they were rolling around, this kind of acts like a small shadow box. If I left them in the frame, they'd roll all over the place, and they would get stuck on the embellishments.
Yeah, so the foam core actually works as a little mini frame with inside the big frame.
It actually does. Good thing you saved me on those BBs, Anna. That would have been embarrassing to put this all together.
They were
so now,
to me.
I'm going to just slide it off the table and catch it with my fingers and flip it upside down like that.
Wow, that could not be any easier.
No, couldn't. And it comes with this little fitting kit, which is meant, to hang. You have a hanger, a sawtooth hanger, and bumpers to put on the bottom corners for your wall. We don't need those for this project.
Because you have a very fun toy.
Because we have a very fun toy. Well, these are glacier points. This is what comes with the kit so that you can put it together. And all you need is a screwdriver. And I'm just going to demonstrate one of them. You're going to get this in here.
Oh, so you just take a flathead screwdriver?
Flat head screwdriver.
Dad would be so proud of you.
He would be very proud of you.
Girl. And I'm just going to push them in part ways. I don't have to push it in flush. And to save some time, I'm actually going to use a framer's tool. This is a point striver. And this is also instant gratification. I'm gonna do this just really quickly so we can
get one
move
of
on.
those, because I can't tell you how many of these things I've broken off of frames.
Yeah.
So now I'm done with this part, and I'm going to leave it upside down. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the feet. And these are just these little cute dowel caps. Whatever it is you want to use. If you like square blocks, you can use blocks.
And you just painted them assorted colors to match
assorted colors.
the colors that you're working with inside.
So cute. Primary, secondary colors. I'm going to stick a little glue on here.
Oh, so you just hot glue them right on there?
And hot glue them.
And then how long does that take to dry? Not that long, right?
It's instantaneous, really. Hot glue dries pretty quickly.
Checking.
So you're sticking that right on there. Get them all down.
This is really cute.
This is super cute. I love this project.
And
Juliet's wedding.
I knew that was coming. We can punch them on George's face. Just kidding, George. Favorite brother-in-law.
And there you go.
Oh, that's so cute. Look at that.
Pull off the little glue there.
Oh, that is fabulous. Teresa?
And here she goes. She's going to start playing again.
I know. Okay, so before we lose my mother, Theresa, thank you so much for having us here. And you know what we say when creativity knocks? Open the door.